Lamar Jackson. Guys, how much longer can the Baltimore Ravens keep masking Lamar Jackson's so-called injury? And is he really hurt or is he faking it? That is the question right now, guys. Is Lamar Jackson faking his injury? That is the question that's swirling around right now here at Man Hour, across the NFL landscape, and pretty much all over on Facebook.com/Man Hour page. Because the Ravens are being way too quiet about their so-called star quarterback's injury. Now, let's flash back to Sunday. Lamar Jackson supposedly suffered a hamstring injury in that ugly 37-20 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Since then, he hasn't practiced. No clarity on his injury, and nothing but vague answers from John Harbaugh. When asked if Lamar is day-to-day, Harbaugh said, "How about I just don't say anything? We just leave it alone." Basically saying, I don't want to talk about Lamar Jackson's injury because it's not there. But that's me between reading the lines. That right there tells you all you need to know, period. The Ravens aren't being transparent, and they don't want the truth out. If this were a normal hamstring tweak, they'd say he's questionable. Give a timeline or something to that effect. Instead, they're hiding behind the scenes. And here's where it gets even more fishier. Lamar Jackson has been in all the meetings, hasn't missed time in the building, and Harbaugh said it himself, Lamar's working. He's doing a great job. That doesn't sound like a quarterback who's too injured to practice. That sounds like a quarterback who could play but doesn't want to right now. And let's not forget, this is the worst start that the Ravens have had in a decade. 1-3. Lamar hasn't missed a game since the end of 2022, but now, suddenly, when things get a little bit rough, we're hearing about this hamstring issue. Guys, if Lamar really couldn't go, the Ravens would turn to Cooper Rush, the former Dallas Cowboys backup. Mark Andrews called him the pro's pro, but let's just be honest. Baltimore didn't sign Rush to take over in October. This team lives and dies with Lamar. Guys, the truth of the matter is the Ravens are trying to mask Lamar's situation, and it doesn't add up. Either they're hiding it just how bad it is, or Lamar isn't hurt and as hurt as they want you to believe. So let me ask you guys this question in the comments down below. Is Lamar Jackson actually injured, or is he faking it while the Ravens try to cover for him? Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. YouTube.com/Man Hour. This is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Alpha Rob says, I personally think he got a cramp because it was about 90 degrees. It was very, very hot in Missouri last Sunday. You are absolutely correct. And we're kind of in this weird transitional period in the world, at least here in the Midwest, where it's super cold in the morning, super hot in the afternoon. So you don't really prep your body as much. But if it was just a cramp, Alpha Rob, Old Man River said it. Hey, they're protecting their investment. They're not getting a chance to come back. Whatever, yada yada yada. It was midway through the third quarter. You still had 25 minutes left in the game. You could have mustered a comeback. You should have got some Gatorade, stretched it out, and been back out there. But if it is what it is. Will Wilson said the Ravens might be going 1-5 into their bye week. And you know what, Will? When we did the way too early win-loss predictions, I actually did have the Baltimore Ravens kind of in a sluggish start because, let's just be honest, they have a very, very tough schedule to start the season. They had the Bills, Browns, Lions, Chiefs. The Texans were supposed to be good. We obviously see where they're at right now. And then the LA Rams. And then they got the bye week. And then things get a lot easier. Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, right? So, yeah, Will, you are not wrong at all. On the flip side, once they go 1-5, after the bye week, the Ravens are a team that could very well win, the next 11 games in a row and finish the season 11-5. Or I guess it would be 10 games in a row, right? They are a very, very good team. Actually, would be 12-5. I'm sorry. 12-5. They are that type of team. But this Lamar Jackson injury has got to be uneasy with Ravens fans, right? Is he faking it? Or is he actually like tore that hamstring off of the bone like Dak Prescott did last season? This is a tough. This is a tough, right? Patrick Martinez says, I didn't mean you're personally whack, but your take on Brock Purdy was whack. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like your honesty. Keep it coming, buddy. Old Man River says he might have cramped up his menstrual cramps. Well, wasn't it last year when when was that? Was that last year or 2 years ago when we saw Lamar Jackson get hurt, right? And he ran off and had to take a poo-poo. Had to take a little dumpy dump. Maybe he had a poop and he pooped his pants in, like he was afraid to get off of the bench because, you know, they were wearing all white. You get a little brown doo-doo staying down there. Alpha Rob says the mosquitoes. They first said he couldn't miss 1 to 3 weeks. Now they're saying that he could play this week. It just doesn't make sense. So Alpha Rob, hamstrings are strains, pulls, tears are all in grades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 is the highest, right? If it is a grade 1 hamstring strain, whatever it is, the diagnosis is 1 to 3 weeks. That's just the standard, right? Grade 1 is 1 to 3. Grade 2 is 2 to 4. Grade 3 is 3 to 6, and then 6 to 9 is the highest grade. Everything that I've read so far today is day to day. Day to day, day to day, day to day. Now, obviously, even if Lamar Jackson doesn't practice all week, he's going to play on Sunday. I just want to know what kind of is it. I mean, first of all, they said yes, it is a hamstring injury. They said yes, he is day to day. However, what kind of grade is it? What kind of grade of hamstring strain is it? Is it actually a strain? Is it a tear? Is it a pull from the bone? Like, give us some information. I understand HIPAA laws and all that stuff, whatever. Just give us some information. Because I truly do not think that he got injured. I went back last night and I watched the Kansas City Chiefs game yet again. And from the time he got hurt, I went back 2 full series of them on offense. I did not see where he could potentially have got a cramp, could have potentially have tore it or strained it. Like, I don't see anywhere because we said this last night. When you get hurt, you grab for that injury. If you hurt your leg, you're going to grab that leg. Well, whether it's the quad, the calf, the hamstring. If you hurt your shoulder, you're like, oh, my shoulder hurts, right? I never saw that in the 2 offensive series before that injury, before he was out. I never saw anything. So I'm just curious of like what actually happened. Is it a cramp? Is it something else? Like, just tell us. Matter of fact, point out to where he got hurt. Then we might believe you that he's not faking it. Geomex said Lamar can go on a 5-game winning streak at any moment. We can't say that about any quarterback below 500 at this time. Maybe Dak, but nobody else. And Geomex, you are absolutely right because, hey, let's pull up the standings. I have not updated the standings on our overlays here since the Broncos beat the Bengals and the Dolphins beat the Jets. I have not updated yet. So we look at teams below 500. Not 500, but below 500. Miami Dolphins, the Jets. Justin Fields can't do it. Tua won't do it, right? Then you have the Ravens. Lamar Jackson probably could. The Browns are now starting Dylan Gabriel this week. Probably not. We could probably throw C.J. Stroud in there, right? Because we've seen flashes where C.J. Stroud can be a top 10 quarterback. Is he a top 10 quarterback? No. But he's seen flashes. Cam Ward? No. Geno Smith? No for the Giants. Dallas Cowboys, the Dak? Potentially. Jackson Dart? I am intrigued to see how Jackson Dart does, but they won't be able to pull 4 or 5 games off in a row just because their schedule is tough. Everybody in the NFC North is above 500. NFC South, Bryce Young, nope. Spencer Rattler, nope. So yeah, Geomex, you're actually probably spot on. We can maybe potentially put C.J. Stroud up there, but yes, Lamar Jackson can easily go on a 5-game winning streak, and then all of a sudden we're talking praising the old Baltimore Ravens about how they're Super Bowl bound, how they're going to win the AFC North, how they're doing this, and this, and this. But right now, we are worried about some injuries. right? We're worried about injuries of Lamar Jackson, and we're using that term very, very loosely. But an injury that is